Anyhow, all right. So welcome to DEVSOLUTELY, the video game show where the points don't matter and everything's made up. I may have stolen that from Whose Line Is It Anyway? How are you doing, Wayne? I'm sorry that was such a crazy start.
Oh
But
no, no,
how are you
I'm
doing?
sorry. Like, for some reason, normally, everything's fine, internet's fine, everything works, and then as soon as you try and go and do something, everything explodes, and
Oh
it's
yeah. Welcome to the story of our lives. Uh, but yeah, so I I saw you at PAX East last. Is that the last time I saw you? Yeah, it was
yeah, I
PAX
think
East.
so.
At that
Because
point, Sashimi wasn't out yet, right? Or like it was out, but it wasn't out.
I'm trying to
What
think what
happened?
I think it was it just after it came out. Because do we come from G? No, no, that was before it was out. Because that was right after GDC,
Right. Yes. Yeah, it was.
and we
So
released in August. So
so Sashimi is your game, which is pretty
yes.
cool, right? I like it. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I contributed a name of a mode to it. That's mine. It's my fault. I'm happy about that. Actually, I don't know if that stuck around. Did that end up sticking to the final
Oh,
release?
it's still there.
Yeah, sweet. Heartless mode, you guys.
I
Heartless.
like the heartless mode.
um, awesome. Jeez, it's it's been it's been less than a year since the game released.
Yes, yes.
Do you wanna just like well, tell me how that's been? I'm actually curious, and this will give everybody watching kind of an idea of your life as a game dev, tiny bit.
Um, Release in general has been really, really weird because we've kind of released piece by piece. Um, we initially wanted to release everything simultaneously. We spent an immense amount of time and effort and everything, getting everything together and trying to set up everything for consoles, which is an interesting process to say the least. There's a lot of certifications and stuff like that, and silly red tape and ESRB ratings,
Oh
and
yeah.
so it didn't totally happen. We didn't get out on Wii U until last week.
Last week. Oh. Oh, well, congratulations then on your Wii U launch. I didn't know that was last week.
Yeah, it came out the 4th. It was like a week and a half, I guess. So 14th now, yes.
Cool. Oh yeah,
So,
happy Valentine's Day.
oh, likewise. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone else watching.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, Internet.
Um, I'm trying to think. We went to PAX and did like a press only kind of showing,
Oh,
not
interesting.
like a show floor thing.
So you didn't get a booth, you like had a hotel room or something that you'd
Yeah,
booked
yeah.
scheduled for. Oh, cool. What did you think of that? Because I mean, I know you've been on the show floor before, like just watching
Um,
other things and like doing stuff. What did you think of it?
as far as the press end of everything goes, it was a lot better to actually have like real kind of FaceTime with people and like not have to shout over everyone on the show floor and feel like you have to like bump somebody off so somebody that's in the press can get in.
Right,
Or
right.
so I don't know, that was pretty cool. And I don't know, it was kind of relaxing in a way. It was a little less stressful from you're feeling like it has to matter. You don't have to do everything each and every, I don't know, you're not running around like a crazy person.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
And since then, we've been kind of trying to fix things and make things better. We ended up doing a little Halloween update for Steam. And
What did you do? What's in the update? I didn't play it during Halloween, so I missed it. What happened? What was in it?
Essentially, all the enemy graphics and a bunch of the backgrounds are Halloween eyes. There's like spooky ghosts, and I think the bear has a like a hat like Frankenstein.
Cool. And that was all your art? Because like you're the pixel artist, you're the
Yes,
art
yes.
dude, right? So it was all your art.
Yeah, so there's actually three of us. For the most part, I do the art, Anthony does the music, and Garrett does the coding.
Mm-hmm.
But everything in between, we kind of collaborate on. It's not really a just one person kind of thing.
So with any indie team, there's always like everybody kind of has to take on multiple hats, as they
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
So,
But like we each have our own little specific niche for things, but
cool.
it wouldn't be our game without each piece of us.
What limbs have you put into it? Like which pieces? Who's the head? Who makes up the feet?
Um, I don't know. I guess since I draw so much, I'd probably be the arms and the hands. Maybe?
But then what about the programmer? What do they put in? Don't they need their hands?
Well, wouldn't it be more of a brain kind of thing?
Oh, okay, yeah, so they would make the head. You'd be the torso.
Uh-oh. I froze for a second. Are we good?
I think
Okay,
so. You
we're
you've
good.
been freezing a tiniest little bit, but it hasn't ruined anything.
Okay, good.
If you have the stream playing, you can switch the quality down to like mobile or something like that. If
I actually have like nothing else going.
Oh, okay.
I was so worried about
Oh. Good enough. Hopefully it's fine. So far it's been perfect. At
Okay,
least we
cool.
have your face.
Yes.
It's good.
There's space, there's audio. It's all right.
It's all good. Sweet. All right, so the basic idea behind sashimi is pretty cool. Though I'm curious if you how many times people have pointed out to you that the memory of a goldfish isn't 10 seconds.
Oh, like every single time it pops up in anywhere, like the first comment is always that this isn't real. And,
Oh,
and actually, the even more kind of weird is the fish itself is actually not designed after a goldfish. It's designed after this Garibaldi fish.
oh, interesting.
I
Do
don't know.
they
It
only
had,
have a 10-second memory?
I have no idea.
Good.
But
Good answer.
it goes by the myth.
All right. Cool. Of course, it's also, I mean, it's a fish that has like muscly arms, so how realistic can you expect it to really be? That's
Yes,
just
exactly.
people being picky, but
Hmm.
that's what the internet is for. So
Yeah,
that's kind of what
exactly.
happens.
But
Oh,
I don't know. I always feel like no matter what, people kind of see it as their own little piece, you know? Just like when someone takes in, compares your game to something else.
mm,
They're seeing what they like or dislike about it and just pairing that up.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's something that I tend to do too. Like if somebody's like, "Oh, your game reminds me of blank or this or something like that," I go in my head, I'm like, "How much do I like that game?" And then I'm like, "Okay, I like that game. Awesome. That means they're saying good things about my game." You know, like you can kind of you can kind of like follow their thoughts
Yeah, yeah,
through and like,
exactly.
yeah.
And you kind of, I don't know, you kind of get a piece of somebody then.
Hmm.
Actually, I have a really funny story about that. One of my friends had posted a screenshot of a game on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, it's like this game." And then the dev posted that it was that game, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm dumb."
Oh no. Mm.
Whoops.
At least you recognized it.
Yes,
Sort of,
exactly.
right? Like, I don't know.
Maybe I'm better at recognizing things than I thought.
Yeah, there you go. Did you say like I meant to do that in response? Like,
No, I totally took it in stride. I was like, "Oh, okay. Oops."
oh man. Uh-huh. The internet and all of the fun things that end up happening over it. Do you have any other interesting, funny internet stories?
Interesting, funny internet
Yes.
stories. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's more random things that happen, but it all becomes such a blur of what's happened and what I've forgotten.
Fair enough.
Especially, I don't know. I'm a really busy person. Like I don't like to stop ever.
What kind of stuff do you keep busy with? What have you been
Pretty
working on?
much all art and then working and creating new stuff and then trying to sneak real life in there and
Like, I know that you did like pretty much the brunt of the work for Shachimi. You also
yes.
did a little bit of work for the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, right? You did.
Yes. I did a whole bunch of the backgrounds for Rebirth. Most of the stuff like towards the latter half of the game.
Cool.
Like a bunch of the womb stuff and a bunch
Oh,
of the secret stuff and like the treasure room and probably a couple other things that I'm forgetting.
that's awesome. I didn't realize were doing a lot of the background stuff for that. That's actually really awesome. Like because the characters, in a sense, they're very much like it, Edmund McMillan's style. Like, and so
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get to have as much fun with it necessarily as you would being able to do the backgrounds. I feel like maybe you got a little more freedom with that. Although I'm sure
Yeah,
it's, still
it was actually a really kind of a cool process. I worked pretty much straight through the company Nicholas,
hmm
and they'd pretty much just give me like a bare bones, like I want you to make something like this, and then I'd start making something, and then you go back and forth with changes and whatnot. But
That's cool.
it's kind of a different process working through another company
Mm.
instead of just making your own thing.
Yeah, I imagine it would have to be. There must be a lot of different like iteration sort of stuff that happens
Yeah,
where
yeah,
there'll be
definitely.
feedback. Did you like having that feedback versus kind of being on your own with your art?
Um,
Or
I, I actually like both kind of halves of it. It's nice to break things up in both directions. Like you don't feel quite as pressured sometimes when you're not trying to like overly push whatever you're making, and instead you're kind of just working in the guidelines of someone else.
mm,
But at the same time, that can be stressful too because you're trying to get something to work in a style maybe that you're not normally used to.
right. Yeah, it does remove a little bit of, I guess, your creative freedom in that sort of a sense.
hmm
What else have you been working on? Are there like secret projects you're not allowed to talk about, or
I do a whole lot of stuff for Nicholas here and there, but a
oh,
lot of that's NDA
mm,
kind of stuff. I'm sorry.
darn?
I did do more. I did some stuff for the Afterbirth expansion thingy,
Oh yeah, awesome. Expansion
and
thingy. That's the official title of it.
yes, the expansion thingy. I did the logo. That was fun.
Oh, really? Awesome.
I don't. I really like doing logos and UIs and stuff like that. I used to be a web designer. Well, I still kind of am, but um, I don't know. That kind of stuff is cool to me. Where
Interesting.
a lot of people I see are like, "Oh, I hate doing UI stuff. It's so annoying." I'm like, I like UI. Why not?"
It's kind of neat because it's like the way that people get to interact with stuff, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of a fun, it's a challenge in a lot of ways too, because you got restrictions on where you can put things and how you can, like,
hmm
all sorts of different UI stuff. I'm by no means a UI guru. I do enjoy making it though. It's fun.
It's fun trying to find creative ways to make the UI too, where it's not just like, "Oh, here's a life bar." There.
So did you do a lot of the UI work on Chichimi?
Pretty much everything visual on Shuchimi I've done. The only thing that I didn't do visually as far as Shuchimi goes is we made these cool T-shirts.
You didn't do the t-shirt?
One of our friends actually did the design for him. It was towards the end of the whole development cycle, and I was doing crap tons of little pieces for like putting on the Wii U store and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't have time to do it.
Mm.
And the soundtrack cover Is that what it's called? Cover?
The album cover, yeah.
Yeah, the album cover.
Yeah.
Another one of our friends did that.
Cool.
And pretty much everything else was all me, which is kind of weird
That's fun.
to think
though.
that. I don't know. It's weird too because there's more that I could put into it. Like we always go back and think, oh, we should have done this, or we could have added this and this and this. There's just a whole huge list.
Mm.
But it's weird because sometimes you have to actually cut it off so you actually release something.
I'm pretty sure just about any game that anyone's ever made, they could have continued to work on for 10 years. That's my going theory. There is no real stopping point, and you kind of have to put your foot down at some point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm staring at this Christmas tree behind you. I am so curious. Do you have like a favorite ornament on it? Can you show us an ornament that you like? Is there
Favorite
anything
ornament?
cool? Yeah.
Let me see. I have to hunt out a favorite ornament.
He's on a quest. I got him on a quest.
I have my favorite ornament.
What is your favorite ornament?
It's the first one I ever got from my mom. And it's at the top of the tree every year.
They're learning about each other right now. He's learning which one's her favorite. I'm helping their relationship.
Oh, they're all mine up there right now. So.
We will find out why it's their favorites too. This will be interesting. This show to me is really a lot about letting people see inside of the game dev more so than about their games. So I'm working on like getting things going in that direction a little more. Sparkly pink and chrome spaceman ornament. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Teledix.
So we're totally coming back with a pair of ornaments.
We saw the process.
I don't know how much you could hear the process. Everyone say hi to Jamie. Oh.
Hi, Jamie.
So this is Jamie's favorite ornament.
Oh, that's a little baby. Why is it her favorite ornament?
It's the first ornament that she got from her mom.
Oh, so it's really sentimental. And,
Yes.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That goes at the top of the tree every year.
Oh.
And for me, I have a Jack Skellington. That was the first ornament that Jamie ever got me.
That's awesome. Oh no, is he missing a leg?
It's like a combined kind of thing, where it's like really, really thin.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Oh, I see both. It was just a little blurry.
Yes.
Awesome. Great movie.
Those are our two favorites
That's awesome.
that are still up from February.
Yeah. Why not? Leave it up until Easter. That's the trick, right?
Well, we were gonna kind of. Oh, thank you. We were going to take that down this weekend, and it just didn't happen. I've been getting ready to go to Magfest, and which is this upcoming weekend kind of thing.
Oh, that's right. It's coming up really soon. Are you gonna show Shachimi there, or are you just going for fun?
We're actually just going for fun this time.
Awesome.
I love Magfest. Magfest is my absolute favorite convention. There's something about it. It's just like this wonderful 3-day party.
Oh yeah. In a sense, like I've gone to PAX East, and I've been to South by Southwest, and I've been to E3, but I've never been to Magfest. So like,
You should.
tell me about it. What makes it so cool?
Okay, so to start, it's like a 24-hour thing. Like it doesn't really end. But even people showing games and stuff, like you don't have to be there the entire time. You have more or less a time that you can be there, and then after that, if you want to leave your game running, that you can, and if not.
So it's just super chill, kind of. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah. But like the whole festival has like a feeling like that. Everyone is just cool and chill and just having a good time. There's a giant arcade right in kind of like the middle area of it. The entire time there's just concerts going on, and like until like the wee hours of the morning. I remember we were talking about Cubby before we talked to, hopped on the chat thingy. I think it was 2 years ago we saw him at like 5 in the morning at the end of some hall.
Oh, really? He's from Norway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he came down for Magfest, or
hmm
wow, well, that's awesome.
And he's going to be there again this year, so.
Very cool. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Cubby is the person who made the music that I play at the start of each DEVSOLUTELY show. It's absolutely awesome chip tunes. So
It's great
that's cool.
stuff.
And Magfest stands for Music and Gaming Festival. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. It could have been like magnetics and something else, in case there's
It-
like lots of magnets there.
It's interesting because it's really like a music oriented festival, but it's really just a bunch of days where you can hang out and have fun with your friends and, extended friends.
You're into music as well, right? I'm not thinking of someone else when I say that you're like in a metal band, or you used to be.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've been kind of in and out of heavy metal bands for a long time.
I still find that so hard to believe. You're like this nice, soft, cuddly person in metal bands.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just always been a thing that I've enjoyed doing. It's a good, healthy outlet.
What did you do in the band? Are you the singer?
Yeah, yeah. So it's me doing a lot of, crazy yelling and stuff.
Can you do some yelling for us now?
Oh no, not that. One weird command. That's just too strange.
It's just too strange. Darn. So, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how willing would you be to take your pants off right now?
I could take my pants off right now.
Alright,
Which
alright.
might not
But
be okay with that.
right, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing would you be to scream right now? Like, that's a 0. And then,
Yeah, that's pretty low.
But taking your pants off, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, just good to know where your values are and, like, where you stand. That's cool. Oh, someone's saying that they've seen videos of you singing. If anyone
yeah.
has videos of Wayne singing, by all means, post them in chat. Let's learn more about Wayne. It's good.
My old band. I was in 2 old bands. One was called Phantasm with like a PH, and the other band is called It's a Trap.
It's a trap. Is it
Yes.
video game music then, or?
No, it's like weird, crazy tech
a
metal
trap.
grind stuff. Actually, we just started re-jamming with the It's a Trap stuff, and we're gonna record some more stuff soonish.
Oh, that's fun. So, how much time do you think you spend doing music stuff versus video game stuff? Like, where's the balance for you?
Lately, it's been very sparse, just because everyone has lives and we're all busy doing other things. So, like usually once every week or every couple of weeks, we get together. Our guitarist, he's like a music engineer for live performances and stuff like that. So he travels a lot.
Gotcha.
So we kind of piece it in when he's home.
That's cool. So it's a pretty casual group. It's not like they're pressuring you, like, "Hey, man, you have to come to practice every day," kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we used to be, more into that and wanting to, tour and play shows all over the place and stuff, which we have. Like, I've got some cool experiences doing stuff like that.
Awesome.
Sleeping on weird floors. And,
Weird floors, like what? Describe the weirdness. Why was the floor itself weird?
it was probably not the floor itself, but just the general experiences of this.
Fair enough. Yeah, when you travel, you get all kinds of little adventures.
Yeah,
Weird
exactly.
things.
I love traveling. Just meeting new people and seeing different people's cultures and that kind of stuff is awesome to me.
Yeah, it's really interesting how widespread culture is, even just in America. Like, if you just travel America, the places are so vastly different. It's very interesting.
I don't think people realize, like, especially being out of, like, in a different country, how different parts of America are.
Because they really are. That's why it's kind of interesting to, like, if you run into a European person who's never been to America before, or who, like, online, and you just ask them what their interpretation of America is. It's very interesting because not only do they not get to experience it personally, generally, they're like getting it through media.
Yeah, and that's like the worst place to experience anything.
Yeah, and because
It's like through a jerk filter.
yeah, it's like in one of the things that you don't notice about a lot of things in like television is how exaggerated things are. We do it in video games too. We're all culprits of it. Like we take elements of a personality type and we exaggerate it to make it communicatable to people, you know, like
Yeah.
like you watch a vampire movie, I'm not going to say which one, but like the girls in it will be like, "Oh, this is exactly my personality. I'm the bubbly one." So, like, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. It's very difficult to get a read on a proper culture.
It makes you wonder if that's what creates things like stereotypes.
Yeah, I wonder which came first, the stereotype or the media.
It was probably a mix between both, because you're still going to have subgroups of people that act similarly. And then that sort of becomes the basis of what kind of media you're creating, like whether it be books or movies or games. And then that kind of increases that and personifies it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, society has always had its, like back in England before America was even colonized and stuff, there was the rich people and there was the poor people, you know, and there was a very drastic and diverse kind of, like, there was just like a chasm between the two, you know. There were the people who consumed and like had a new dress for every meal of the day. Like, there was a point where it was considered fashionable to never wear your dresses again, practically. Like, if you were rich, that's what you did. And they were expensive dresses and like just all of this crazy stuff. And then there were the people who had like 2 dresses that they owned for like most of their adult lives, you know. It's like very drastic, and I'm sure that part of human nature, just out of evolution, is kind of like judging people. You can't help but judge people. It's a
true.
thing that happens. You can pretend not to, and you can try to fight that initial judgment, but it's an instinct. And I wonder how much of that actually plays into the whole, like, this is your personality type kind of labeling and stuff. I don't know.
I think it depends on how much you kind of let it be free and how much you specifically spend time thinking about it. Like, I spend a lot of time kind of self-inspecting and thinking about the way I act towards people and things like that. And if I do something that I really feel bad about, or say something that, I don't know, just seemed really out of place or out of character or something, I think about it a lot. So I spend a whole lot of time trying to change little things that I don't like about myself.
That's a good thing to do. Like, in general, like, being introspective like that, I don't see how you can get anything as an outcome that's negative. Like, all you're doing is learning about yourself and observing yourself. You know?
Well, on the negative part of it, you end up really being very harshly critical of yourself.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that as well. I don't make... For me, it's not so much that I have a conscious thought of, oh, how am I behaving right now kind of stuff and looking in on it, but I definitely have like this in the background of my mind kind of observer making, like, watching me and like reporting in every once in a while, being like, hey, you just did something stupid kind of stuff. You know? Like, oh, how do I fix this? And I don't necessarily fix it properly, but I try.
Or sometimes it will click later on when you're like trying to sleep or something, and you're like, oh my god, what did I just do?
Oh.
What have I done wrong? I have to think about this instead of sleeping. You should be sleeping, but instead, we have to think about this.
Yeah. Oh, brains. Brains. Yeah, I think that's it's interesting. I wonder how much of it is culture, like this concern over, like the way other people perceive you, as well as your concern over like being a certain type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much of it's just culture versus not. Because I don't know.
It probably ranges from person to person a lot, I would think.
I wonder.
Whatever your values happen to be more shifted in the line of.
Yeah. What are you? You think you're chaotic neutral, chaotic good, neutral on the evil to good grid? Where do you think you lie?
I'm trying to think.
Because you're a game developer, pixel art, but you're also in a metal band. Oh man.
Probably somewhere around chaotic good.
Chaotic good? Sounds nice. Not lawful good, chaotic good.
Yes.
Good.
Well, I figured no one's perfect, and lawful good is actually almost bad to a fault.
Lawful good is kind of like the librarian level of like militant almost, sort of like I'm just good all the time. No space for not being good. I don't know why I said librarian. Librarians don't have to be good.
I don't know, maybe it's a particularly good librarian.
I wonder if there's any chaotic evil librarians out there. Can you get a job as a chaotic evil librarian?
Would that be some sort of like a sorcerer? Like spends all their time reading, books of evil?
Evil books. I'm trying to remember. I've watched so many stupid shows on Netflix that are like vaguely related to either supernatural mystery stuff or super bad cop shows, and I can't remember which it was, but there was one where the culprit, this guy who was murdering people, was like he believed he was a witch, or he was a witch, and he was a librarian. And the way that he found the people that he was going to kill was if they paid any interest in this special evil, like Necronomicon type book that was at the library. He would just go and kill them.
That's pretty wild.
I don't think it was a very good show, but it was interesting. That's always good.
Was the book like a special color or something, so he always knew? Or
it was really big. It was like big book, and it was old.
The kind you put it on a table and it like knocks the dust away.
Yeah, and like you open it up and like bats fly out, but not really. But like that was the feeling you'd get from the book.
Yes.
That would actually be a really fun job. I always think about like the stuff that happens behind the scenes in like movies and stuff. But could you imagine making those props?
That would be really fun.
Wouldn't it? I don't know. If you could like have any sort of job behind the scenes in a movie, what would you want to do? Like, what would you think would be the most interesting thing to be involved in?
Probably somewhere between like the props and stuff and the visuals that go on around the movies, whether it be the credits, the intro stuff, how the logos come in, how the transitions between scenes go, that kind of thing.
Oh, interesting. Like the video editing and like the additional visual stuff.
Yeah.
That wouldn't interest me at all, but I could totally see, like, with your interest in UI and stuff like that, I could totally see that making sense for you. Definitely.
It's kind of weird too, like, I'm not really big into sports, but anytime I watch sporting events, I really love watching how all the UI works and how things are overlaid and everything like wipes across the screen, and it's all really, really well done.
Oh, interesting.
And that stuff is really cool to me. Jamie's laughing at me.
Oh no!
I'm looking at cat gifs.
Oh, you're looking at cat chips.
Oh.
This is our lives.
Love you.
Love you.
What? Uh-oh, inside joke? What's Slavio?
No, she's just making fun of me and our life of cat gifs and.
The internet is for cats.
Yes.
That's pretty much all there is to it.
The internet is for cats.
Well, Jamie's gonna like our end of show rollout then. Because you know how I've been trying to make this stream a little more professional and like fun to watch and end cleaner.
Mhm.
And so I got together a whole bunch of different robot and kitty GIFs,
Yes.
GIFs, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the appropriate. I don't want to get into the discussion of how you pronounce GIF. That's a dangerous territory to travel. But
There's knife fights and death threats.
yeah, oh, it's dangerous. You don't want to pronounce it wrong. Yeah, but at the end you'll see like different animated images of cats and robots. I collect them now. That's my thing.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I seen at the end of the last one. There was some robot that was trying to do something, and instead it fell over, and it looked sad.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, "Oh, sad robot."
Yeah, it's a sad robot. Oh. Let's see. So I guess what else is going on? We talked about your music a little. We talked a little bit about the fact that you did cool pixel art. Is there anything that you want to show people? If you wanted to share your screen, you could definitely give people a peek at stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to start asking you weird random questions.
Let me see. Hopefully, nothing explodes when I try to do things on my other screen.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun.
You're tempting fate.
Yes, I'm tempting fate right now. We've been slowly prototyping a new game.
Oh, yeah?
And I've been doing a whole lot of really neat animations for it. And it would probably be fun to at least show a couple of those off.
Yeah, if they're not secret. We'd love sneak peeks here. Ooh. What kind of game is this that you're talking about making? Like, and is this the same team? Is it you?
Yes.
And okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's Garrett, Anthony, and I still. It's kind of like a sword and sorcery kind of platformer thing. We want to make it so it has very deliberate combat, so you're not just running around kind of swinging at things randomly. Kind of almost, I don't want to say like 2D Dark Souls, but at least something that you're kind of, I don't know, thinking a little bit more about. There'll be enemies that block, and you have to give them a boot so it knocks down their blocking, that kind of thing. Reflecting attacks. And, I don't know, hopefully it'll be something fun when we create a prototype for it. We've been slowly kind of picking away at that. And, I don't know, hopefully it will be done semi-soon. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to figure out how to do this screen sharing thing. Where's the screen sharing button? That is the question. Oh, for some reason I can no longer hear you.
Oh no! Oh, that's my fault. I accidentally bumped my mute. I'm good. Sorry. That was.
Oh no, we're all good.
What I was gonna say, or what I was saying that nobody could hear, was it should be right in this like Skype bar that has like hang up and stuff. There's a plus sign, and if you click on that, it'll let you screen share.
Aha! Share screens.
Hear no evil, speak no evil. I accidentally spoke evil. I guess that's why I muted. Oh, there.
Can you see my screen?
Almost. I can see it, but I just have to highlight it or something. Oh, I see your screen. I see some images. Hold on. I wonder if there's... Aha! There we go. I got it. Okay, yes.
Am I doing this
Here we
right?
are. I think so.
Can you see a little wiggling thing?
Oh my gosh, yeah! A little thing came out of the ground.
So I spent most of my time kind of animating a bunch of crazy enemies. I've been trying to at least make enemies that aren't just your standard, like, it's a bat, it's a skeleton. I mean, there'll probably be skeletons, because skeletons are really fun to draw.
They are. Skeletons are fun. I love how it comes out and, like, bursts into this, like, whooah!
I did a little bit of research on mandrakes and like the plant that the whole myth is from,
Oh yeah.
and apparently the plant itself is very poisonous.
Oh really?
So I kind of wanted to give like a poisonous feel to the explosion.
That's why it's purple.
Yes,
Nice.
it's actually it has a little bit more to it than what you see here, but I haven't saved that somewhere.
Fair enough. So this would be like a oh whoa! It's a flying eyeball with its tongue sticking out.
Yes,
Is that what's going on? Ooh,
and it's got a mouth, and because weird things.
because weird things.
What else do we got here? We got a little crazy little pixie thing that apparently. Oh, is it anime? There's.
Yep.
It's
Oh.
actually working.
Its face changes. Oh wow, that's really cool. What a neat little monster. Ah!
So I've been trying to do. I don't know, really like kind of full feeling animation, so each enemy has its own kind of like character to it.
Awesome. I love the way that it looks like the movement animation for this character is kind of wobbly.
Yes, yes.
That's adorable.
Like the actual movement animation, it kind of like sways back and forth as it looks happy and goofy. Like this first part.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I feel like I could probably watch just that looping for quite a while and be very happy. That's really cute.
Oop, and got this crazy worm thing.
Ooh. A fuzzy caterpillar type fellow. Ooh.
Yeah, it like kind of like barfs a fireball out.
Oh, it looks like it's barfing stuff out. This is awesome.
What? Are you making fun of me?
Yes.
Yes. Bad Jamie. Oh. The death animation on this one is quite extravagant.
Yeah, a bunch of the death animations are reasonably extravagant.
And this
I
is
probably
just for a prototype, and you're
Yes,
going
yes.
this far for the art. Is that just because you want to like solidify the art feel for it?
Kind of, and I don't know. We want to make something that kind of gets people interested and see if people actually want to play what we're creating and see how far we kind of want to go with it.
What are you planning to do with the prototype? Are you looking to like put it up on like a Kickstarter type deal, or more like checking
we're
it
not-
out with publishers, or just sharing it with fans kind of deal?
We're not entirely certain our full plan with it yet. We've been kind of back and forth discussing what we want to do with it. We want to at least release it and see what people think of it. And then kind of go from there and see if we want to do a Kickstarter or if we want to, I don't know, seek another publishing deal or something. Or we're not entirely certain yet.
Fair enough. It's hard to know what to do right now in the industry the way it is. It's in such a weird spot.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But-
with Sashimi, you learned a lot. I know.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
so
man.
much. So much what to do, so much what not to do. So much we could have done better.
What do you have any like what not to do advice for indie devs? Like what mistakes did you
don't-
make?
Don't ever try to release a game on multiple platforms at the same time. It's the worst idea you can ever do.
Oh no.
It's such a bad idea. Poor Garrett was so at the end of his wit by the time we were finished with it all.
What? Was that stressful? It was just like too much all at once, basically.
Yes.
And it didn't even end up happening if the Wii port just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
So it was like stress, and it still didn't happen.
And actually, it's not even out in Europe, other than on Steam,
Oh.
because certifications and ESRB stuff.
I'm not sure how much you're allowed to say, but just out of curiosity, has Steam been better for you versus console, or not? Like, what do you think has been better?
It's I can't say as far as like the Wii U goes, because
Oh, well,
we don't really have
it's
our
brand
numbers
new.
on that yet.
Yeah.
But it's reasonably even between Steam and the PlayStation stuff.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I wasn't really sure because like Sashimi is an interesting game because it's got that. It's like a side scroller shmup. So like bullet helly kind of stuff happening, and
It's
so it
such
lends
a
itself to both.
that's kind of one of our problems is it's too much in every direction and not I don't know, maybe not enough in one direction to satisfy either side.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Interesting. Hmm. When you initially, I remember like when you initially made like the very basic version of Shishimi, you released it for like what, like $1?
Yeah, yeah, it was
Something?
$1.
I remember like being
That
like,
was the other thing we won't ever do again is release a game for $1.
yeah, and explain to people why, because maybe they don't know why. A PC
Oh,
game for $1, what happens?
okay. So there's a couple really, really big problems. One is no matter what you release your game for, people always want it for less. Like if your game is $20, people think it should be $10. If your game is $10, people think it should be $5. If you release your game for $5, people want it for $1. If you release your game for $1, people want it for free. If you release a game for free, people don't want ads.
Yes. Yay!
No matter what you release it at, it's wrong.
Yeah. And so
That and if you ever want to put a game on sale, if you release a game for $1, you have like no room to go anywhere.
yeah.
And basically, especially the PC market, people expect your game to go on sale.
It's true. It's a really sad state, actually, in a lot of ways. Like you see AAA games even coming out and then like months later going on sale. Like the discounts happen almost immediately now.
Yeah, yeah. So like, it doesn't surprise me now when a game comes out a little higher than you think someone would spend on it, because I just assume that people are expecting sales.
Yeah, it's weird because it shifts the whole dynamic of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really thankful to like the Humble Bundle and the Humble Store and the Humble Widget stuff that like gets indie games out there. But at the same time, I wish they would stop. I know that sounds weird, but I feel
No, I
like
understand.
all of the bundling mentality has just gone nuts. It's like, I don't know. It's just so
Well, it's that race to the
discounty.
bottom, you know?
Yeah. It just really is a race to the bottom. And the
But
people who benefit are the game devs, but it's also not. It's like for the current, it's like the present person and studio that you are, it's great for. But what about the future? You know, that's where I'm concerned.
yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that you might benefit that moment, but maybe down the line, it's not going to benefit anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Did you have more stuff to show us? Or, because I just
Um,
realized we're still screen sharing. I have
oh
like
yeah,
some
I'm
video.
so sorry.
No, I just didn't want you to have to stream both things or
Here,
stop
let me
if
go
you're
back
worried
to
about your.
camera stuff. Do-do.
Yeah.
How do I? Oh, stop sharing. There we go.
Ta-da! Yes, perfect.
Okay.
That worked.
Now are we back in camera mode? Is this
Yes.
okay?
You didn't break anything. Success. We did it. Yay.
Another other little thing that I've been kind of working at is pretty much every day I've been doing some sort of a like a warm-up sketch or a warm-up pixel where I just do something fun for myself,
That sounds
and usually it's just like fan art or something like that. That's just fun for me, and I've just been doing tons of these each day.
Oh, awesome.
Usually I spend probably a little bit longer than I would like to on it,
Mm.
but I've been slowly trying to limit my time on it, just because it's been taking up a lot of my time.
But it's because it's fun, right?
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, it helps me be more creative.
Mm.
Like, I don't feel like I'm forcing myself to do something.
Yeah, when you're doing something just for creativity's sake, it's definitely a different feeling and like mentality that goes into it versus like doing it because you have a task to accomplish.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And even if it's a fun task, like, it still slightly feels like a task.
Yeah, totally understand. I totally do.
Oh, but going further with that, let me see if I can get on Twitch chat so I can post the link to my Tumblr thingy, because I've been posting them pretty much whenever I finish them. To
Tumblr, to your blog. Oh, I should have. There's like an exclamation mark guest thing, and I should have put it in there.
Oh no, that's fine. Oh no, it's making sound. That should not make sound. There we go.
So
Okay.
that link in chat is to check out all of your cool doodles and sketches and things.
Yes.
Go there, guys. Go there or
It's
there,
a ton of
wherever
really
your chat
goofy
is.
fan art, and I don't know. It's video games and anime and I don't know, sad sandwiches.
What kind of anime do you like watching? Sad sandwiches. Oh, that's enticing.
There's a sad sandwich. As far as anime goes, I watch a little bit of everything. I like really weird, dark stuff sometimes, but I also like really silly, lighthearted things.
What's the most recent anime you've seen that you can recall?
I think the thing that I watched the most recently was it Madoka Magica?
Magica. Sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen it yet.
It's an anime about magical girls, but it's really, really weird and gets really strange and dark.
Is it on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, I think Robot has been watching it. Calvin's been watching that. I didn't partake.
Is this what you watch at night when you sleep on the couch?
Sometimes. I fall asleep on the couch sometimes when I are sick, and usually when Jamie comes in the morning, like it's just at the Netflix screen because whatever I was watching and I fell asleep watching, it just goes back to the main Netflix
Sometimes
screen.
it's still playing.
Sometimes
Oh,
it's still
no.
playing.
Oh.
And sometimes I just put on stuff that I don't really care about, just so I can fall asleep and have sound.
Interesting. Yeah, most of the time that I'm like watching media, I'm like, it's my slack off time, so I try to cram in as much slacking off as I can possibly do. So I'll be like playing a game, and on the other screen I'll have like a crappy Netflix cop show going or something. So I haven't been watching a lot of anime because for that you need to read the subtitles because dubs are horrible. In my opinion, and not to hate on people who watch dubbed anime, but original voice actors are important to me. I feel like it gets a lot more across.
You know, every now and then I find a good dub, but a lot of times I'd rather watch the sub.
Although, like, sometimes the subtitles themselves are done really poorly as well. Like,
Yes.
But, there's, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
On some level. That's cool. All right, so it's 7:30. We've been successfully streaming for about for an hour. That first half hour, we'll pretend that doesn't exist. So at this point,
What doesn't exist? I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh? What happened? What? This has been going great the whole time. We got this. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to pretend to chop the video here. So goodbye, YouTubers that are watching. You missed out. There's no more show. No, there is. It'll be happening right after this. I'm just going to clip it because watching something for more than an hour is tough. So there'll be another part 2 for this where we're going to talk more to the people in chat and answer some of their questions. So that's what we're going to do.
Parts are fun.
Goodbye, YouTubers, or whatever VOD system this is, or podcast. I don't know. Bye.